why Earth is total hell is because victims never have a say, usually. So not only are they tortured to death by their perpetrator, I'm just saying, rapist. Okay. The rapist will tell their victim, if you tell anyone, you're gonna die. If you told people that I killed and raped, you're gonna be, you're dead. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna throw you in the dumpster. I'm gonna wrap you up in the body bag and throw you in the dumpster. I mean, they have it the worst. And I don't care that they were raped. Oh, that's why they raped. Hurt people. I don't give a fuck. I never child molested. I could never child molest. And I was honest. And my mom says, oh, I child molested my younger brother. No, I did not. I only did what I was taught to do. Get in bed naked with my little brother when he was 3 and I was 11. I didn't do one thing. I felt awful. And I still remember it. So me being a total space cadet, total airhead, growing up, I was totally retarded because of being abused to death, of being traumatized to death when I was little. But I got in bed naked with my younger son, which is not child molestation at all. It's not. I didn't do anything. I didn't touch him. I was like, this is awful. I said, why did I do that? Because I was taught to do that. And, I'm guilty. Then my mom says I'm a child. I'm like, yeah, you had me raped to death. That's why I wanted to kill myself. But, that's not child molestation. Not touching the kid. You probably didn't even see me. He wasn't affected whatsoever at all. But when you try to touch a child and try to have sex with them and do sexual things with them, yeah, that's rape. Okay, you're raping a child. Okay, fondling is not as bad, but still, it is. It would be light child molestation, but still, it's child molestation. Fondling is child molestation. But what I did was not. Not at all. I was taught to do that at 11 years old. And I'm really mad that Rod Parsley says, what's the world gonna do? Because in a New York paper, a 7-year-old brother raped his 6-year-old sister, which is kind of hard. Kids have sex at 5 years old. And I babysat one. And I was alarmed as this little girl, they were both 5 years old. He died, so his name was Christopher Gilder, died. But he told me when I was babysitting him that a girl had sex with him. I said, no, that can't happen. You can't, a 5-year-old can't have, a little boy can't have sex. That can't happen. He said, yeah, she got me hard. I'm like, oh. Okay, go on. And she jumped on me. I'm like, oh my God, you had sex. Holy shit. The dad didn't care. Dad's probably raped. Oh shit. I can't say that because... Okay, well, alright, I won't say anything about the dad. Okay. But... Alright, just keeping... He died. Okay. Late Christopher Gilder died. Okay. But that happened to him, and I was very, very concerned. Nobody else was, just me. I'm the only one who cared about a kid being child molested where I come from in Lancaster, PA. Okay? I'm the only one. Nobody else cares about child molested kids but me. Okay? And then I'm falsely accused of doing that to my own children. I never touched my own children, but I was little kids in the street and other people. Like, you're a child molester. What the fuck? Where'd that rumor start? How'd that rumor start? Oh, okay. Because where I come from, I'm not allowed to say that I was harmed or my kid, but all of a sudden I'm a child molester. Oh, really? And then fucking pretend a lot narcissist comes up with this shit? Oh, well then pretend a lot narcissist, if when I did it, why didn't you call the cops then? You total dumb shit. Well, you call me a dumb shit. Because you are. Because you're ridiculous. No one can, a woman can't child molest on a diaper changing table. Now she could lightly fondle or harshly fondle. Okay? I did not do any of that. Oh, I saw you. I saw you rape your son. Oh, yeah, right. Liar. Then why don't you call the cops? What a liar. And torture me because he's a rapist and a child molester. Tortured me in his place in 2020. December 20... No. It was October to January. He wouldn't let... And then I stayed in the mission. October of last year, 2021. October, November, December, going through all this fucking shit still. That I raped my son because he's a child molester rapist. And he can't, and he hates himself. Pretend a lot of narcissist hates himself. So he has to take off his mask and throw it on me. Yeah, rapist! You rape! When that's what he does. So to make himself feel better, he takes off his mask and threw it on me. And that's what they do. They're awful, awful, awful. Creatures. They can't be called people because you can't be a person. You can't be a human being and do that shit. You can't. It's impossible. To me. In my opinion. So, yeah. At any rate, victims go through so much hell. Now, I have to say, late Arthur Hessenhoff III was great for saying that he was a rapist, child molester to me and in front of my dad. But he probably tortured other women a lot worse than me. Now, he did abuse me when I lived with him for 6 months. He did abuse me plenty of times. We went out, but barely anything that I got where my kids lived at. Barely anything that I got when I grew up and got PTSD. I got PTSD majorly in 2006. Being beaten up. Same shit happened when I was a little kid. But at that time, it was PTSD. I say I have mild PTSD because other people have major PTSD, which would be in the war. They hear firecrackers. They hear a car muffler. They hear a car sounding like a gun. They'll pick up their gun and think that they're back in the war and start killing. Okay, that's really, really bad PTSD. I didn't know that happened. I didn't have that at all. I just, normal PTSD is, or not as bad PTSD is, you remember what the hell happened to you, and it lasts for a month, so you'll be tortured crying about it, remembering it for a month's time. 3 weeks, over 3 week period of time. You'll remember it. Pretty much, I almost got over it. Now, who brought it back again? My late husband. Horrifying James Lester Sapone brought that back on me. Because he said I never, ever was harmed sexually. So, he brought my PTSD back. So I thought to call that complex PTSD, but I don't know that. But that's what. It's complicated because he brought it back to me. Okay, so in my opinion, that's what I would call it, because it's complicated, because he's the one who brought it back. So did Pretend a Lot Narcissist. That's why I say these two men were the worst abusers, because here I got over it. I got over my PTSD. It took a while. I'm living with an abusive boyfriend, Glenn William Grevin. I get raped in 2012 all the time. Glenn William Grevin saved me in 2012 from being raped all the time by my boyfriend, the rapist of 2012. Okay, that was only one of them. And it was just awful. So, Glenn William Grevin, 2012, he saved me from living where I lived at, which was 12 Farnham Street, the Red House. Idiot died. I couldn't say his name, I don't feel like it. We're protected by, Salvation Army's teen challenge in this church. We're surrounded by God. Oh, yeah, right. And you're raping me all the time. Yeah, that's why Glenn William Grevin saved me. He was an abusive boyfriend, but nowhere near him. He just had to rape me all the time. Just awful. And I think, pretty sure he killed too, because he's like, yeah, this girl, he had these nightmare stories they barely told drunk, and this girl in the woods, her car, she was in a car accident, and her glasses broke, and she was beaten up. They leave out the important details that I raped her. He could have killed that woman. Who knows? I don't know why, I just talk, alcohol is a truth serum. Some drugs are truth serums, and they, then the abuser, the killer, goes and says that they killed. And that I, unfortunately, experienced that in 2016, 17. And